today on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, our terrific analysts, and David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. And a moment now to look at the year-to-year scoring output and how it has been trending for Fox.
And his scoring numbers have been going in the right direction these past few years. He's gotten better and better at handling what those opposing defenses are throwing his way and finding ways to get his points all over the floor.
Now Sacramento starting five. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. The Elita is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Barnes in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Whiteside is out there with Anthony, and it's Ariza in at the small forward position. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
Here's Bogdanovich, following the score by Damian Lillard. Bounce pass, Bogdanovich. Fires it up. They grab their own miss. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Trailblazers. Fox against Lillard. Over Fox. Lillard misses. And the Kings with possession. Outside Bogdanovich. It's stolen by Anthony. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Anthony leading the charge.
That's a nice J off the pass there. CJ's shot has a great release point. And when he squares up like that, Kevin, you can count it.
Fox against Anthony. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Terry Stotts for a minute. He knows they'll have their hands full with De'Aaron Fox, the league's premier speed demon. Fox's leadership is also a factor. Kevin, when he gets going, he brings the whole team with him.
Thank you, David.
Keeps working hard on this three-point shot, trying to make it a lot more consistent part of his attack is De'Aaron Fox.
Three-pointer, Lillard connects from three-point range. Lillard's got 5 now.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
The shot, no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Barnes against Ariza.
And it's easy to see why a team would want Ariza on their roster. Makes the right decisions, mentors young players, and is well respected throughout the league.
It's his first trip to the line. First one falls.
It's been interesting how it is that Ariza keeps getting on teams, and then the same thing is said about him, about a championship presence, a veteran leader, and still plays some very solid defense at the wing.
Ariza hits them both.
Go back to 2015, the Blazers lost 4 of their 5 starters in the offseason. So instead of rebuilding, they retooled around Damian Lillard, and what a piece to retool behind. Amazing how far they've come in the past couple seasons, where they've placed in the Western Conference.
Bogdanovich, no luck.
You're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
And that one's good. Lillard. Well, you know, Brent, you've got to give a lot of credit to the Blazers front office, continuing to fortify this roster with under-the-radar acquisitions.
Interesting adjusting around a couple of albatross contracts to now have a team that's capable at positions that a lot of teams are trying to fill. That's the wing position.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Sacramento shooting their first free throws of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
He misses the free throw.
The culture shift it's been in Sacramento the last few years. Vlade Divac along with Peja Stojakovic, two of the legendary Sacramento Kings players, finding their footing and trying to put their stamp on this organization with some of the young talent that they've acquired.
And he ends up missing both free throws. And Brent, around the league, people are saying the Kings are one of the scarier teams on the rise.
Well, they drafted decently. They play a system that now is speaking to some of their young talent. They've had a nice blend. It's been a long time coming in Sacramento, but fans coming out to the new arena to support this new, young, hungry Kings group.
Bagley with a wide open look.
Yeah, love the job they've done here to protect the paint.
Again, the miss by the Kings. From the stripe, they get the rebound. Whiteside, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Whiteside beats everybody to the ball, but then maybe the wingspan helps out. 7'7", reach over the top, snatch that.
And the pass to Fox. They get a hand on it. Stolen by McCollum. Ariza against Barnes. Ariza kicks to Whiteside. Lillard scanning the floor. 6 on the shot clock. 11 feet away. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
That's a strength of Lillard's game right there. Gorgeous arc, too, on that jump shot. Up in the air a little bit more.
Timeout is called. First of the game for Sacramento. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Here's some numbers on Fox. The last 10 games, he has been on a heck of a run. 14th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in assists per game. His talent for creating easy buckets for his teammates, such an asset.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. And it's Bagley, that time on the assist by Fox.
Well, the more Fox does that, the more he's going to be looked at like a leader.
Lillard with it. He's coming off a 25-point game against Memphis.
He also had 2 blocks that really impacted that game, guys. He really made his presence known.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. Let's take a look at the players that have been grabbing rebounds in bunches to lead the NBA over the last 10 games. Second is Hassan Whiteside.
When it comes to rebounding, it's been a stupendous stretch for him. He's been using his body and strength so effectively.
First one falls for him.
Well, they've been striving towards it for years now, and the Kings are finally one of the premier up-tempo teams.
Well, it works for them when you have a guy like De'Aaron Fox out there to blast off on any possession. You surround him with great shooters in Bogdanovich and Hield. Puts a lot of pressure on the defense on a nightly basis throughout the course of a regular season.
Both shots good from the stripe.
Well, Portland being up there in the PNW, that's the Pacific Northwest, always means a lot of air miles. Matter of fact, they lead the league pretty much every year in distance travel.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Giles checked in for Marvin Bagley. Now here's Lillard. He's got 9. Basket, good. Right, you talk about all that travel for the Blazers. That can wear you down.
Well, interesting. The Blazers have done some particular things off the floor for their players, bringing in UV lights into the locker rooms, coffee before the game. It's very much hipster Pacific Northwest.
On the wing, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Sacramento shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. And he can't get the first one.
You think about Harrison Barnes when he won an NBA championship in his 3rd year in the league after being the 7th pick in the 2012 NBA draft.
And the second free throw, good. Trailblazers leading by 10. Lillard, he's got 11. A 3 from McCollum, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Outside, Fox. Shoots over Lillard. Second shot opportunity. Back to Bogdanovich. The kick out to Barnes. Tries yet again. Portland grabs the miss. Come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies. Lillard from outside. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Now here's Fox. 6 points for him. Here's Giles. He's covered by Whiteside. Takes the 13-footer, and that one goes long. Trailblazers leading by 16. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. Brent, when it comes to moving around in tight quarters without a lot of space, who's the quickest player that you have seen in a half-court set this year?
Still remarkable to watch where it is that Kyrie Irving can get to on the floor in any sort of possession. It's like he could take, 50 dribbles in a phone booth and find a way out of it, spinning around and finding gaps within the defense.
What a hand.
But it's not his handle with just the one hand, right, Kevin? It's about he has an idea of after he does the moves around the traffic, when he gets into the basket, multiple ways of finishing, much like Rod Strickland, who was a tremendous finisher in his days years and years ago. Kyrie's got a lot of that in his game.
Some changes for Sacramento. Markers checked in for Bielitsa. And it's Buddy Hield in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. Hield outside.
Don't let him shoot!
Pass to Parker. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
For the Trailblazers, Zach Collins comes in for Anthony, and it's Little in for Trevor Ariza. And the Kings also making a change. Joseph's checked in. Now here's Lillard. 16 points for him. Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Joseph finds Barnes. Shot clock at 6. To halt the run, Little with the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 18. Here's Trent. The good-looking shot from the wing.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Knocks it loose. Collins against Joseph. Out to Parker. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim.
Parker getting better and better at running these. He keeps the D guessing. It's a huge advantage for the offensive player.
Here's Trent, covered by Heel. Passes it to Lillard. There's the triple. Sacramento grabs the miss. They traveled to Portland last time they faced the Trailblazers and came away with the win.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And so, Brent, you and I know the legend of Nurkic. Back in Bosnia, a sports agent read an article about a huge policeman, 7 foot, 400 pounds. And this agent tracked down this policeman and asked him, do you have a son?
Well, that son is Jusuf Nurkic, the guy you're seeing out there. And 14 years of age, Jusuf Nurkic had never played the game of basketball. So the agent took him under the wing. And the rest pretty much history here, Kevin.
I like that story. Free throw good. Nurkic.
Nurkic plays with a little bit of that edge, a little bit of moxie, and that toughness is something the teammates can rally behind.
Bazemore passes to Holmes. Doesn't go that time. And it's Portland the other way.
They hold the early advantage on the glass.
That's a 2 from Lillard. Trailblazers keep it alive. Nurkic and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nurkic with the pump fake does a good job fooling the defender that time.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
And at the line last year, he was good on about 77% of his attempts.
And he knocks down the first one. And last season, a rare 5-by-5 game achieved by Jusuf Nurkic. 24 points, 23 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals, Greg, and 5 blocks in a game against the Kings.
And how about the only player ever to log a 20, 25, and 5 game? The Bosnian Beast making a name for himself. And the game plan against the Blazers the last few postseasons has been trapping Lillard and McCollum and forcing someone else to beat.
Yeah, and you wonder if this is an opportunity for Zach Collins to really step into his own, along with Nurkic, who last year was injured during the playoffs, so that there can be some points and contributions coming from your power forward and center position. That'll ease some pressure on your backcourt.
14 feet away, Jabari Parker comes up with the rebound. The Kings trail by 21. Healed right side. Outside, Joseph. Now here's Bazemore. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against New Orleans.
And his scoring is going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Shot from the low block. No good off the back of the rim.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
And Nurkic does a great job just keeping the motor running.
Here's Joseph. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's his first foul. Good checked in for Little. On defense, Portland healed the pass to Holmes. Knocked loose to end the run. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Free throw drops for Hield. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, to be as locked in as he is from deep with his height and release is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride.
Both free throws good from Hield.
And Hield is a player who you love to see take trips to the free throw line, as consistent as he is there.
Pass to Trent. 59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And Parker with the block.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Lillard, the pass to Trent. The pass to Nurkic. Outside Hood. Three-pointer. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
If you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Parker's shot is off.
Is it getting cold in here, Kevin? This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
Lillard with it. 16 points for him. Out left to the wing. It's up a 3. He gets it up. And that's it for the first quarter in what's been a very lopsided game. Trailblazers out in front, delivering the blowout. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. Great team play, so key to winning. Damian Lillard broke down the keys.
Be a star in your role. You know, I think it's one thing to say, let's be consistent, let's play hard, let's do all of these things. And I think as competitors, as professional athletes, we're going to play hard. You're going to be competitive because we're competitors. We don't make it to this level for no reason. But I think at this level, you also have egos.
Knowing your role and playing it so well is so crucial.
Yeah, when everybody buys in and plays for one another, that's when teams play their best ball.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
On the court for Sacramento, Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Rashawn Holmes out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Bagley in at the 5. Here's Trent. Pass to Lillard. Here's Trent. He's covered by Joseph, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Trailblazers. Winding things down this season, they're in that all-important 9th position within striking distance of a playoff spot. And, of course, the Kings. They're down there in the 10th spot.
And right now for the Trailblazers, they've had an interesting season for sure. They're competitive, they're feisty, but they're not a team that's going to dominate for long stretches.
I just think if you're on the other side, Greg, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but do they have that extra gear? I'm not sure.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Joseph has an open look, and the Kings check on 2 more. Now McCollum, he has 5. The dish now to Hood. Fires from deep. Bagley with the rebound. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Bazemore misses. Trailblazers leading by 23. Trent passes to Nurkic. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Nurkic has got 9 points.
Well, Nurkic is so big, does a great job, and fends off the defense on his way to the score.
Now here's Hield. Defense is right there. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
And so Hood will bring it up for Portland. Passes it to Ariza. Anthony against Bielitsa. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his first foul. Ariza outside. 5 on the clock. Whiteside kicks to Hood.
And a nice defensive sequence there by Hield. Not a natural lockdown defender, but he's a competitor.
Kept alive. Pass to Bielitsa. Got a piece of it.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Come on, shoot!
McCollum passes to Carmelo. Back to McCollum. Anthony kicks to Hood. The pass to Ariza. Portland needs to get off the shot. Right side. It's hauled in by the Kings. Bagley's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Fox looking it over. Hield with it. Now defended by McCollum. But they recover it.
Well, he's a good shooter from the mid-range. Hield had some breathing room, took a deep breath, and fired.
McCollum passes to Whiteside. Outside Anthony. McCollum trying to get open. Here's Whiteside. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 or 3 so far.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
Now here's Bazemore. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Bagley the pass to Fox. Good D by McCollum. Trailblazers leading by 22. Anthony dishes to McCollum. The shot misses. Good D by Heel. And Fox has it in the corner. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Well, Fox really daring them right now to foul him on the inside.
The Kings have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4 of 7 from the foul line tonight. That free throw, no good.
Even De'Aaron Fox has talked about how he's the fastest player in the league. The cool thing about it is night after night he seems to prove it.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Harrison Barnes comes in for Kent Bazemore. And it's Bogdanovich in for Heel. He hits the second from the line. Trailblazers leading by 21. McCollum kicks to Whiteside. McCollum passes to Carmelo. Over Bagley. And that misses badly. Air ball. The Kings have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Bogdanovich, no luck.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And here's McCollum for 3. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Bagley's got 6 rebounds in the game. And Bogdanovich, the bucket on the assist by Fox.
And all of a sudden, things finally coming together for them. The deficit's still large, but now not insurmountable.
Well, the run simply has given them a chance. Great work on both ends. They've got to now ratchet up a notch.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Hassan Whiteside? First in blocks, second in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
He has been a human highlight reel all season long. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now, and he has the numbers to back it up. Now here's Bogdanovich. 9 points last game out. 6 on the shot clock. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Rodney Hood.
Well, Bogdanovich being a little bit crafty there, knowing the defense was closing in on him, and drew the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now. And he makes the first.
Well, the thing you think about with Bogdanovich, besides his first name being in his last name, is potential. A young, raw prospect with plenty of upside.
Harry Giles is checked in for the Kings. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. And it's Anthony with the ball for the Portland Trailblazers. They have a 19-point lead. Fox against McCollum. Pass to Carmelo. Rebound by Bielitsa. Here's Sacramento now. They're on a 14-6 run. Well, for Bielitsa, he's not the most athletic player on the floor, but Brent, he produces.
Yeah, Bielitsa, one of those guys who can flow into a transition and stop 3 or 4 feet behind the three-point line and drill you from there. So a nice guy as a secondary option on the break is Bielitsa.
They get it back. Outside, Fox. Goes back up. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Portland leading by 19. Cullen passes to Ariza. Anthony can't hit.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. Fifth best, the Trailblazers.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
Throw good, Bogdanovich.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Little, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Damian Lillard comes in for Hood. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
Parker's checked in for Bielitsa. And both free throws good from Whiteside.
And it's been talked about for some time, but last summer the Heat finally decided to pull the trigger on Hassan Whiteside. Traded to Portland for Leonard and Harkless. Whiteside and the Heat had soured on each other in the trade. A chance for both sides to have a fresh start.
Now here's Lillard. Jabari Parker unable to get his last shot to go. Cullen passes to Lillard. From deep. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fox kicks to Giles. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Cans the shot from the wing. Bogdanovich has got 7 now in this quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
From 12 feet out, and it's good off the glass. And that's now 9 points for C.J. McCollum.
And this is part of the patience of C.J. McCollum. In-air adjustments with the defender on him. You have to like that body control.
The kick out to Barnes. It's stolen by Ariza. For the finish, and Ariza with the stuff.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Here's Giles over Whiteside. And it's Giles missing.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Ariza no luck. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. The kick out to Fox. Parker outside and stolen by Whiteside. Lillard dishes to Ariza. Back to Lillard. And the 3 off target. And it's Barnes with the ball for the King. Their next game playing at home as the Nets coming to town. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Fox passes to Barnes. Kings moving the ball around. Giles kicks to Barnes.
This is one where the second foul is probably going to cost you some minutes in this game.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
An 80% shooter. The work he's done at the line this season, one word, solid.
Good from Barnes. So both teams changing it up here. He hits both from the stripe. Here's Lillard. He's got 19. Here's Trent. The layup missed.
I think he rushed that one just a little bit, thinking the defense was going to get close. They weren't.
Parker's shot is off. Trailblazers leading by 22. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Little. 21 points for Lillard.
He's just such a dynamite scorer, and for 82 games of a regular season, Lillard's in attack mode.
Passes it to Fox. The 10-footer. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's got 9. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to go on to Aaron Fox.
Excellent footwork inside from Nurkic there to put the D in an awkward position and force them to foul him there.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far. That free throw, no good. And the Kings making a change here. Hield's checked in. Good on the second free throw. 59 seconds left to play here in the half. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Holmes. Hield outside. 4 on the shot clock. Shoots over Lillard. Hield can't hit.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And Damian Lillard, good for the 3. Lillard's got 8 points in the quarter.
And that makes it 2 3-pointers in the quarter so far and 4 for the game.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And they haven't worked it inside as much as they did earlier in the game. Now that they have the lead, they don't seem as determined to pound it down low.
The Kings have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10. And the free throw, no good.
There's not a lot of question about Jabari Parker's talent, a versatile forward with a tremendous drive.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
The Trailblazers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
The free throw drops for Little. And he can't hit the second. And here is Joseph. 6 points for him. Beyond the arc. Drops in the tray. Joseph's got 7 points for the quarter.
Now, once again, he's getting it rolling. His confidence is building, makes that shot almost impossible to stop.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He's been a major threat from three-point range. Got 2 of them to fall in that quarter. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Hey, Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, they've been shooting poorly. Is that good defense or bad offense?
Probably a little bit of both. You know, I think we're competing defensively, and they've missed some opportunities.
It's led to good results for you, though. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back. The first half mercifully coming to a close. I'm Ernie Johnson. Kenny's here. Shaq is here. Leading the way at the start, it was Damian Lillard. He ended up with 24 points, 2 assists, and 1 rebound. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Love the versatility of Lillard as a scorer. He hits from deep as anyone, and this side of Steph Curry, I'm not sure who else. And then, wait a minute, you overplay him, and he takes you right to the rim.
Shaq, how do you think Sacramento played?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Really an incredible game from Lillard.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and it's Whiteside in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Portland.
That's tremendous vision on the part of Lillard, just trying to lead the team right now from the point. Well, Damian Lillard and his commitment to not only the way that he wants to play and wants to improve, but his commitment to Portland and this city and this franchise has been nothing short of remarkable.
Now here's Ariza. Bagley missing his last shot. Ariza outside. Lillard outside. Offensive rebound. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got 10 points.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Barnes outside, fires the 3. Good, and a nice assist from Fox. Fox has got 3 assists now in this one. Brett, you think about Lillard's value not just to the Blazers, but to the entire community of Portland, Oregon. Outstanding.
Always great, Kevin, to see a superstar take it off the floor and want to make impacts in the community. Lillard has been amazing at the job that he's done here in Portland and has stayed committed to where this franchise wants to go and trying to bring a championship to the Northwest.
And Fox gets it to go.
When the game starts to slow down for younger players, you know they're starting to feel confident about how they go about their business. Fox with a good decision there.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 11.
And after defending on the shot, he doesn't give up on the play. Follow that straight to the glass for the rebound.
McCollum against Bogdanovich. There's the pass to Fox. Now Bagley. Can't hit that one. Excellent D there from Anthony. Shoots from the corner. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. He's got 8.
Melo good at scanning the entire floor, and that's why that time he found the open teammate.
Fox against Lillard. Inside. Here's Bagley. And Whiteside sends it back. And so it looks like the Kings will retain possession here. Timeout called by the Kings. You have to like what we've seen so far from Damian Lillard.
The defense has to take the ball out of his hands. He's just knocking down every three-pointer he takes right now.
Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. In fourth, the Trailblazers.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Just 5 to shoot. On the wing, Barnes. Off target from outside. And here's Lillard. He brings it up for Portland. The shot by Anthony, no good. Now, here's Fox. He's got 9. Nice D from Lillard.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet. Okay? And he has not made one shot in this one. Has to be on his mind every time he's pulling up.
Fox passes to Barnes. A new 14 for the King. And Whiteside sends it back.
When you consider just how long and how big Whiteside is down there, it's not surprising that shot blocking is something he does well.
Kent Bazemore's checked in for Sacramento. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Pass to Barnes. Just 3 to shoot. Over Ariza. And that one's good. Barnes. Barnes has got 8.
Defense couldn't be any better. Harrison Barnes on that possession getting it done.
And Lillard gets double teamed. McCollum left side. Ariza outside. That fall. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got his 3rd assist on the night. Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Passes to Fox. Now the feed to Bagley. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, some ups and downs for Marvin Bagley in that rookie campaign with the Kings, but you could see the flashes of potential and the tremendous work ethic when he was out on that floor.
First free throw is good. And with Bagley, the mobility he showed for his size is really what impresses you.
And that blend of size and speed is why many feel like he could play across the entire front line. Wasn't in the Rookie of the Year race, but in a few years, he could be right there with the best of the best from that 2018 class.
And that one goes in, 2 from the line that time.
Interesting how the year progressed for one Marvin Bagley, the former 2nd overall pick in the 2018 draft. Got some increased playing time. His role shifted a little bit, and his confidence was on the rise. Played much better in the second half of the season.
Anthony finds Whiteside. Bagley with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Bagley. Cullen passes to Whiteside. Clock at 4. Ariza with the bucket.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
Sacramento's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Pass to Bagley. Barnes outside. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one is on Ariza.
Continues to try to work to find some consistency, does Harrison Barnes, and right there knocking at the defense's door.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. And the first one drops. Harry Giles is checked in for Bielitsa. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Hood deciding where to go with it. McCollum outside. Knocks it loose. It's deflected. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And finished off by Bagley.
You know, Bagley can really get up and extend.
And so Hood will bring it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. And a change for the Kings. Healds checked in for Barnes.
One of the big calling cards for Rodney Hood and why he can compete at this level is his athleticism. So as long as he believes in that, he can continue to make contributions to any team.
Here's Fox. Rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Anthony can't hit. Sacramento's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Here's Fox. The shot will not fall. Great D that time from Nurkic. It's Ariza on the wing. He's covered by Bazemore. Nurkic kicks to McCollum. Bagley with the block.
Bagley timing that one well and intimidating.
The offensive rebound. Chalk up 2 there. Nurkic has got 12.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Bagley trying to free himself up. And Fox gets it to go.
Yeah, that's not an assignment that I want there, Kevin. I'd rather do math homework than try and cover that guy.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Hield. 5 points in the game. Fox, the bounce pass. Here's Giles, and the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Unblockable shot unless they get a bigger man on him, and I'm looking at the roster sheet, Kevin. I don't see anybody bigger. Such a long road to recovery from Harry Giles, but so many people rooting for Harry when it is that he makes some kind of plays that remind you of when Giles was one of the top recruits coming out of his high school class, one that included De'Aaron Fox and also Jason Tatum.
And that one misses. And as you said, Brent, with Giles, the potential is there, and that's why they drafted him.
Well, they still think that they're going to explore the massive upside to what Harry Giles represents. Great size, great skill, and it's about him just feeling more and more confident in the health of his body to be able to produce like we've seen on some nights here, Kevin.
Here's Joseph after the basket by Yusuf Nurkic. Shot by Hield, nobody around, and once again off the mark by Sacramento.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
The pass to Trent. Goes up again, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
The first free throw is good. Zach Collins checked in for Portland. So he gets them both. Here's Joseph. He's got 9. Pass to Bagley. On the wing, Hield. Joseph against McCollum. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Free throw good, Joseph. And the Kings making a change here. Parker's checked in. And Joseph drops them both.
And this is one of the things they need to keep doing in the second half to get this win. Keep knocking down those free throws. They've been sensational here at the line.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 11.
His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Shot by Joseph, no good. Portland's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Here's Trent. Portland, no good that time either.
Been a struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, they can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for the Trailblazers. Pass to Nurkic. In the corner, it's Little. And he's on the money with his first shot today.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. And now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you.
And look, a tough rookie season for Zach Collins, but boy, he's bounced back much better in terms of shooting, showing why he was taken in the top 10 back in 2017.
And that one falls for Collins. And you look at Collins, able to protect the rim and space the floor offensively.
And fits that modern template for an NBA center. Time will tell how good he can be, but he's already making an impact.
Damian Lillard's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Bogdanovich, he's checked in for Sacramento. Here's Trent. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clock is at 3. And stolen by Bogdanovich. Plays it in off the breakaway. Bogdanovich has got 9 points.
And not being as aggressive from the three-point line anymore. They had a lot more attempts in that first half.
1:25 left to play in the third. Shot clock at 5. Offensive rebound. Nurkic. And he lays it straight in. Nurkic has got 8 here in the quarter.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Parker. He has 6. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And with a quick break in the action, here's some numbers for Joseph. He's putting up 6 points a night, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done. And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
There's 31 seconds left here in the third quarter. Parker outside. No good on that one. Great D that time from Nurkic to the right side. Collins with it. Holmes on him. Three-pointer, Lillard gets the three-pointer to fall. Lillard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Portland.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And so it's Portland sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We've got more in store for you right after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Farrell is out there with Corey Joseph. Then there's Parker. Then there's Bogdanovich. And it's Holmes in at the 5 down low. And for Portland, they're shooting 47%, pretty solid. Little dishes to Collins. Here's Lillard. Rebound by the Kings. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory. But it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps every member of that team being at home.
And that one is good.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
It's blocked. And now Portland on the break. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Outside, Joseph. Pass to Bogdanovich. The pass to Parker. Over Lillard. And Parker with the basket on the assist from Bogdanovich. And it's 8 points for Jabari Parker.
Parker taking it over right now. A capable shooter from any spot on the floor.
Simons, the pass to Lillard. The 3 ball. It's not going to go for him. And it's the Kings taking it the other way. Outside, Bogdanovich. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Nasir Little picks one up.
Staying aggressive, stay on the attack. That's how Bogdanovich is going to earn these whistles.
Brent, we have seen some international showcase games the last few years. Do you like that trend?
Oh, absolutely. I like the fact that our league, we know how global it is with how many players from different countries are represented throughout the rosters around the league. But for our game to travel around to London and to Mexico City and have an opportunity for those fans to see what NBA basketball is like, I think it's an absolute win for the NBA.
I'd like to see more, actually.
Well, more time for those teams. The timing of some of those trips for some teams are a little bit tough in terms of the travel, but their appearances there mean so much more to grow the game globally.
Trailblazers have gone 1 of 4 since the end of the 3rd quarter. Lasagna, the pass to Swanigan. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. He's looking for Hazonia and finds him. They get it again.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard, gets them another possession, and allows them to run even more clock.
Here's Farrell. Outside, Bogdanovich. And he's good on the 3 ball. Bogdanovich has got 5 points in the quarter.
Trying to improve every year, that's the goal of anyone in the NBA. Bogdanovich has great fundamentals to be able to do that.
Now here's Hood over Joseph. And that one hits back iron. The 3. The rebound by Simon.
The three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the 1st quarter and still 0 here in the 2nd.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Bagley, no good.
With nobody getting a hand in his face in that painted area, that's a miss he's going to be disappointed with.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. Here's a garbage time question, Brent. Why do some teams leave their star players in the game even though the game has either been won or lost?
Forgetful coaches? I mean,
no, it can't be that.
Well, I don't know if
if you're leading by 35 points late in the game
and the star player is still in the game, somebody's made a mistake with regards to the rotations. I mean, quite frankly, there's really no reason for guys to be out there at that time. Early on in the season, it might be that the coach wants to start and play with certain guys, but as the season goes on, you just don't see that very much.
And the Kings making a change here. Giles is checked in. And so Bogdanovich nails both of them. Here's Simons. Outside Collins. For three. A nice shot by Simons. Simons has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Farrell kicks to Bogdanovich. Giles the pass to Bagley. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Bagley showing his feel right there for the game and that particular play.
That's good from Bagley. For so long, the U.S. has been the country to beat in international basketball play. But there are some big-time challengers around the globe emerging.
Well, Serbia and Spain continue to be competition that the U.S. takes extremely seriously. And I'm not saying they don't take everybody that they step on the floor against with tremendous amount of respect. We know from years in the past that Argentina had its golden age with the players around Manu Ginobili and Oberto and Nocioni, but that seemed to be a timing thing for the Argentinian national team. Spain and Serbia will continue to be impressive and continue to push USA basketball in these international tournaments and Olympic play.
Here's Bogdanovich. The Blazers getting the bucket. Clock at 6. Farrell, that's a two-pointer. Misses off the right iron. And Simons has got the ball here for Portland. Kicks it to Hood from outside the arc. It's rebounded by Farrell. The Kings have gone just 2 of 8 in this fourth quarter. The final quarter not treating them well so far. Bogdanovich, no luck. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Lasagna, the pass to Simons. Back to Hazonia. From downtown, Bagley with the rebound. Sacramento's gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight. 5 of 12. In the corner, Farrell. Pass to Giles. Something Commissioner Silver has mentioned, Brent, the possibility of a mid-season tournament. You ever see that happening?
It'll be interesting to see if that idea grows some legs here, Kevin, and adopting what it is that in soccer leagues in Europe have done for many years, because teams hone in on what those individual cups mean and the competition raises, and you earn something for the end of the year. If Commissioner Silver can find a way to get that done, it becomes very intriguing instead of an all-star weekend to have teams gather for a mid-season tournament with something on the line. Elevated competition.
Well, kids play that in high school. They play that in the college level. It would make sense that it could fit in the NBA as well.
It'd be interesting, and especially halfway through the year, to reinvigorate your fan base with something like that, I think would be great.
Good point. Here's Bogdanovich, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Probing and looking and finding ways. Bogdanovich really in attack mode here tonight.
Here's Simons. Outside Hood, fires for 3, drains it from beyond the arc.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And here's Bogdanovich after Rodney Hood was able to get the triple. And now here's Hezonja. He's covered by Bogdanovich. Passes it to Swanigan. There are many players now signing shorter contracts in free agency. You've talked about this a lot. Does it make it harder or easier for the super teams?
Well, I think it makes it easier, because all of a sudden a star player from another team becomes available that you could latch him on to somewhere else.
Any examples you could throw out there that
I don't want to get into the specifics.
Okay,
of it.
I understand.
I think we've seen it over the past 3 or 4 years with some of our star guys. And
yes.
I don't fault them, because they're getting smarter. Players are a lot smarter about what it is that they can do with having the very few times, Kevin, that you have a say in your career as to where it is that you're going to play, and more importantly, the potential for what it is that financially you can make.
And playing for a championship.
For a championship, for potentially the opportunity to play with somebody who you've always thought you could either elevate their play or they could elevate yours. This is not going away anytime soon.
That one is off. You talk about role players with attitude and confidence. Brent, you're talking about Hezonja.
Still so many people intrigued about Hezonja and his ability to play in the NBA. Seems like the situations that he's been in have not been ideal. So an opportunity here in Portland to show how he can fit into a system and how he can consistently perform.
And he sinks the second. A lot of missing stats from the 60s and 70s, but if we could go back and look at those actual numbers, any players you think would really be catching our eye in terms of, wow, I didn't know that guy was that good, or he's better than I thought he was?
Well, don't we always look at the incredible, mind-boggling numbers of Wilt Chamberlain
yes,
and think, what was that guy doing?
Yeah.
And we don't even have half of it.
No.
So Wilt Chamberlain comes to mind first. What I think about Kevin when that question comes up is how many great players through the 70s and also really through the 80s, because the three-point line wasn't accentuated enough, missed the opportunity to be even greater scorers. I mean, Jerry West with a three-point line.
Can you imagine that?
You got to be kidding me. So there's a lot of gap of those players too, that also, because of changes in rules and because the three-point line wasn't in, that we would be talking about in terms of nostalgia and their accomplishments with a much different voice.
Even someone as recent as Jordan, with the rules the way they are now.
Absolutely.
Be unbelievable.
With the openness of the floor and what Michael could do, as if he wanted to prove he could do more.
Exactly. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. You know, Brent, how candid can players be in their answers in the post-game interviews about what has happened or what they're feeling at that time? In other words, is there a danger to being too honest as a player?
There could be, Kevin. I mean, anytime you express some of your vulnerabilities, and if it's done at the right time, somebody's going to take advantage of it. What we've seen over the past couple of years is, forget about when it is that the media is asking you questions. Most players are taking it to their social media accounts where they're able to get the message out without being baited by somebody with regards to a question. They can expound on whatever it is that they're feeling at that time, and that helps them to control the messaging a little bit more. And I think that trend is going to continue and continue to grow.
Here's Simons. Sacramento grabs the miss. Giles has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating.
And he pulls off the Houdini to make that catch and slam it through.
Stupendous alley-oop. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Simons. Takes the 13-footer. Here's Swanigan. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The first one falls. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
And he knocks down the first one. And so he hits both. And how often do players argue calls knowing that they are in the wrong? They know they're going after something that was the correct call.
Let's just say often, Kevin. I mean, you just never, the whistle.
Are they thinking ahead in terms of saying?
I don't think so. It's emotional. It's just an emotional reaction. I mean, you're out there running around and doing what you do, and you get a whistle, you're going to react to it like, oh, I did something wrong. Why am I in the principal's office right now? I want to get my side out. I know you saw it. Everybody does it.
It sounds like you may have done a lot of that.
I try to avoid that, Kevin. Quite
did
frankly.
you? Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't think that's healthy for you and your reputation.
He misses the free throw. Good on the second free throw.
Not a perfect trip to the free throw line, but they'll take what they can get at this point.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And so taking a look at their record, a nice milestone they'll be picking up tonight. 30 wins on the year now. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Jusuf Nurkic.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
And he's just an attacking player, a guy who doesn't mind a little contact. Bagley there with a strong finish.
Well, this one is winding down now. Portland can watch the clock run out. Joseph against Hood. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense, potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Damian, it looks like this team's progress can be measured by your improvement at the defensive end. And did we see that tonight?
We made some mistakes like every other basketball team does, but I think we did a great job of making adjustments. We got a little more physical. We did a great job of that.
And that led to a big win, Damian. Thanks for your time, man. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. We'll see you later.